Hello and welcome to Turtles Rising, the podcast where we're extremely excited about turtles.
Wow, this time we're extremely excited. I like that. That's a good mood to
Yes,
go into. Uh,
yes,
Hello, I'm Natty.
I'm Am.
And this time we're going to talk about the second part of the Teal Bomb that we got on May 15th.
Yeah, we got 4 episodes, and these 2 episodes, I've been excited about talking about these.
Oh,
And
yeah.
just a small disclaimer, we are definitely, or like probably going to mention previous episodes. And if you haven't watched all of them, there might be spoilers. So if you care about that, you should probably go and watch all of them and then come back and listen to this because it's good episodes. You won't be sorry.
I mean, definitely welcome to all the people that are just like, oh, wow, what is this? It is Turtles. I'm just going to take a listen to that. Welcome to those people, but really watch the show because the show is great. Do yourself the favor.
The show is more entertaining than listening to us talk about how entertaining the show is.
I mean, I leave that up to the listeners, but
No, like, how dare you assume that we are more amusing than turtles? Blasphemy.
I mean, I can dream, Harold, okay?
Yeah, fine. You
Okay.
can dream if you want.
Another small disclaimer, just on a personal note. I like to credit the voice actors and writers, and I apologize in advance for probably most likely mispronouncing the names. I am but a simple German, and non-German names sometimes are a little bit hard for me to pronounce. So apologies. And with that, I think we can get started with the first of this second half.
All right, so the first part of the first half of these 2 episodes that dropped is Always Be Brownies. And
I, as a former My Little Pony fan, always be brownies first. I'm sorry.
yeah, I mean, it's only a letter away, but it does start with the stocking shop.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad that the stocking shop is still in business, and the young heir of the stocking shop hasn't ruined the entire thing. Big balls of April to just set up her little cookie selling enterprise right outside the stocking shop where she probably went ghost hunting.
I mean, don't you need to ask the store owners? I don't know how the legal parts are in, like, the US about that. But I think here you would definitely need to ask the shop owner. Is it okay if I do that?
I don't even think that it would be legal to have an outside stand in my country.
I think with certain permits and a lot of paperwork, for sure, here.
Yeah, I mean, April's definitely trying her best.
Oh yeah.
And look at poor grocery store man.
Grocery store man has such a bad life.
Yeah, grocery store man just happens to be in the wrong place at the wrong time all the time. He gets yelled at by April for using oxygen and not buying cookies to support trees to give him. He's not paying for the oxygen he's breathing. How dare he?
Don't give any world domination business people any ideas, okay?
I think that was literally like the plot of a Dr. Seuss thing.
I have never
selling clean air.
Probably. I mean,
I think it's Lorax.
Eventually.
But yeah, the poor grocery store man always in the wrong place at the wrong time, getting yelled at. April, I appreciate how enthusiastic April is about trees and breathing oxygen. She gets really mad about it. And that is kind of my feelings about global warming and deforestation and such.
Oh, yeah.
I also get this angry. I just don't scream at random people in the street and try to sell them cookies.
Yeah, no.
I just fume. I just sit alone in my room and fume in anger over the fact that there really isn't any cookie endeavor that I can participate in that saves trees.
Oh yeah, the only thing I do to save trees is use a different search machine than Google. You know, there's the search machine. It's called Ecosia, and it for every search that you make, it collects money.
And I had no idea trees. That was the thing.
Yeah,
that's nice. I'll use that then.
Yeah,
it will be my very passive contribution to the environment every day. But yeah, I like that the episode has sort of a rivalry between cookies and brownies because I personally am camp brownies.
I think I'm more camp cookies, honestly. I mean,
We
brownies
can
are
never be
nice.
friends.
Okay, sorry, podcast is over.
Yeah, friendship is over. Goodbye. Play outro
Hey,
music.
hey, honestly though, but brownies are pretty good.
Yeah. I think my appreciation for brownies largely comes from the fact that they take forever to make if you're making them correctly. You know, like you have to slow bake them and stuff. It's just, and these look like pretty good brownies considering all the people that are buying it, like, throwing money at these little evil Girl Scouts.
Grandma CJ's.
Yes, Grandma
Mm,
CJ's world
fudge
famous fudge
brownies.
brownies.
Are
That sounds
fudge
great.
brownies even more chocolatey than regular brownies?
I think they have like, yeah, I think fudge brownies are like chewier.
Mm.
Now I just want brownies.
Isn't fudge the stuff that makes your teeth stick together?
You like toffee? I guess, but
I don't know.
maybe these are caramel brownies, which would just make them more delicious.
Oh
Apparently,
yeah.
these are world famous.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it
Because
says on the
it
sign.
says world famous.
Also,
But
because
yeah,
I see the credit here, episode was written by Jesse Gordon.
and apparently produced by Vladimir Radev.
I mean, he does all the production of all the episodes.
Yeah, good job, Vladimir. The fact that these little Girl Scouts are selling out cookies right next to April's stand just makes me think, like, why didn't she just set up somewhere else? Why did it have to be? Because she does it like later on. She also sets up her cookie selling business right against the fudge brownies. Why doesn't she just set it up in a different place? Why does it always have to be like in the same parking lot as these evil, evil little girls?
Are we really sure that she set it up after them?
Yeah, it could be that they're being assholes and plopped it down right after.
Mm-hmm.
That is very,
Maybe
very
this is just,
possible.
you know, what is it called? Street selling mecca. And there are a lot of other, like, street sellers there that sell other stuff. We don't know. We only see these two.
Yeah, I mean, there's also a pretzel cart next to April in her second
Yeah.
attempt.
Maybe there's
But
just a lot
I'm
of
pretty sure that's
art.
just the pretzel cart that's always there. But yeah, as she like gives up and she doesn't go to her own house. I like that she goes to the lair to chill out, and she still has Hippo Crush on her phone.
Oh, yeah. Where's the other stuff?
Knobel Knockout Knestling it's
Oh,
global knockout wrestling, but
okay.
just like with a bunch of extra K's. So I'm just assuming, and then it's like Breeb Bubbles. And then she also had Simply Donuts and her version of Instagram,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
I want to look at
Which
her
is,
Instagram account.
I mean, considering that Donnie's always on his phone and takes a lot of selfies, I'm just assuming that they're just like both on Instagram and they're just buds.
Also, hey, Nickelodeon, missed marketing option. Just make an Instagram account that, like a fake Instagram account for April O'Neil, and
Yeah,
just post funny pictures on there.
yeah, that's basically free advertising.
They're
Also, make Hippo Crush. It's
yeah.
apparently it's great.
Yeah.
According to all those hypnotized children, Hippo Crush is
I
great.
mean, there are other media that use fake Instagram accounts. I remember for the game Celeste, for example, there is a character in there that takes a lot of pictures with the main character, and there is actually an Instagram account where you can look at all these pictures later on. And yeah, it's just a fun marketing thing.
Yeah, good idea. That they aren't using.
Yeah,
Oh,
like many other things, but that was something we talked about in a different episode.
yeah. The when she goes over all the clubs, like because she feels like she's a failure for not being able to sell cookies to save trees, and then she starts going over all of her other like messed up clubs, like her aviary club, which she let a dove go and it got eaten by a raptor bird, and then like I'm just pointing out, April, this whole miniature business was totally your fault.
Yeah.
You just slammed both feet down on that. Like Like, I don't even see how you could have done it accidentally. Was it really that boring? But yeah, she talks about like how all of her clubs are failures, and I just wonder why isn't she in a club that's more suited to her, such as fighting someone.
Yeah, uh, I don't know what kind of clubs exist, but there maybe.
I'm
Uh,
sure that there's like a taekwondo or
yeah,
karate
exactly.
thing that she can do, like a judo club. I'm pretty sure
And
that
this,
any sport, honestly, she managed to dunk really hard during the basketball episode on the last bomb. So why isn't she just doing different clubs that are actually suited to her high energy levels?
this kind of ties in with her in Operation Normal, where she just wanted to be normal. And I think this is still something that April tries to do. She kind of wants to be normal.
I think that she like misunderstands the level of normal though, and I think that she kind of wants to be boring.
Yeah.
And I don't think that she can actually be boring.
Yeah, no.
No one with screaming red-rimmed glass cat eye glasses can be boring
Yeah.
on like a day-to-day
And
basis.
someone who hangs out with the Turtle Boys on a regular basis without going absolutely insane.
Yeah, that too. I just wanted to point out that the whole miniature thing was her fault.
Hmm.
And well, the stage magician thing was definitely not her fault.
Yeah, no.
But I thought that the part of the trick that was impressive was that you put them back together. So this must have been a really, really bad magic show. If she's like still apart, he's like, "Whoa, pulled her apart." Everyone's like, "Yay!" And then they leave, and then she's like, "Hey guys, how about you don't leave me in pieces?" Like, I thought that the impressive part of the trick was that you take them apart and then you put them together again, and that's. And then we I love when Splinter's also talking to her about like all of
Wait,
his successful ads.
he has two ties?
No, it opens up like a greeting card and it says
Ah,
sorry
okay.
for your loss.
Oh, okay.
That's
Oh,
the gimmick.
there's a
It's
coffin. Oh.
yeah, he's at a funeral, which is awful. The like it slides open and says sorry for your loss, and I'm just like, oof, I don't really know how popular these were. I kind of
Yeah.
hope they weren't popular at all.
Yeah, this is definitely the wrong occasion for that, but of course that's the joke.
Yeah, I know, but like I'm just hoping for that universe that this was not very popular. Also, this just a straight up real ass coffin.
Hmm.
And then he also sent like the snooze glove or something where you just sleep on your hand. It's just a pillow that's a glove. That actually sounds great for being in cars and such.
Yeah.
But
It's
also
just
your hand would probably get numb real fast.
yeah. Also, Eric Balsa, Splinter's Luchitsus, and so many other characters in this show's voice actor. He has an insane range, and I love his skill, and it's impressive, and it just the way how Luchitsu sounds different.
How he manages to distinguish very clearly between Splinter and Lujitsu.
Yeah, and then also Luchitsu seems to have different kind of voices and intonations for the occasions, you know? When he
Yeah,
talks normally, and this is the infomercial voice, the movie
he
voice.
definitely has like an actor voice.
Yeah, it's amazing. And Eric Balsa also in the next episode there will be Mutant Silverfish. He also voices those, and they're just like, wow.
Oh, such range. Can be tiny mutants, rat mutants, and action stars.
Yeah.
But yeah, the jitsu, the dots, which means that it stands for something. And I tried to take a picture of the screen where he shows what it stands for later, and I could not actually get a picture of the whole thing. He covers up a part of it.
Yeah,
But I
it's
also just like how pumped he is. I wish I was this pumped about teaching people how to reach their goals.
yeah, same.
Yeah, that they're so cute. I love how like this is an infomercial for a like self-help thing. And I love how Splinter still knows all of the lines and poses. He was very dedicated to his craft. Like he clearly enjoyed being an actor like with all of his being.
I think, but I think this also has something to do with him for years, because at least 13 years passed at this point since his mutation. Um, for years, he's been watching and reliving his glory days, and
Oh
probably
yeah,
watched
that's
all of
true.
this over and over and over. Obviously, he still has it in I think, yeah, of course he still remembers from acting it out, but also because he rewatched it over and over again. So it's he clearly has it memorized from all of that together.
That that's sad and real, and I choose to believe in me and
Yeah.
my theory because your theory makes me feel very sad for Splinter.
Yeah, but this literally is Splinter. He's getting better now. He's starting to accept where he is at now in the second season more than in the
Yeah.
first one. Yeah, this is the tragedy of Splinter, and this was also the rise of Splinter, that he really finds to himself again and starts to learn to accept him how he is now.
That is true. He is a
It
very
is,
cute, flabby rat man,
yeah, I
though.
love Splinter so much.
Splinter really surprised me as one of my all-time favorite characters in the show. Like he's just a great and complex character, and I super appreciate him and like his arc.
Mm-hmm.
He's so much more interesting
Considering
this way.
that he started out as a fat, like just in his seat, sitting red man that watched TV, and his
Yeah, and
scorpion,
fell asleep,
whatever it's called.
ate cake, and fell asleep.
Yeah, and then we saw him very gross, as in Down with the Sickness, gross
Yeah,
Splinter, and I know that people were really mad at that depiction of Splinter because he's just gross and weird and small and fat rat dad. But these are the people that really do not give the show a chance because they watched only one episode and do not realize how much character development, how much love, and how much work is put into these characters and their their arcs and their own version of, yeah, rising. It is genius writing, if you ask me.
yeah. I mean, walking into like an already established character that doesn't really have to change or adapt is less interesting than seeing basically someone work from their rock bottom. The thing about like writing shows is that you should be showing the most interesting part of that person's life. And even though Lujitsu being a action hero is definitely a very interesting part of his life. He really didn't struggle until Big Mama like kidnapped him and put him in like a creepy battle arena underground in the Mystic City. Like that, like if this was if he was the main character, that's where the series would have started with him
Mm-hmm.
basically getting kidnapped and then racing Turtle Boys. But even as a secondary character, they managed to still show us his like secondary most interesting part because at this point he already is like the dad and he has completely gotten, well, not completely, he is the dad and he has managed to come to grips with his role as the father figure of these four turtles that he decided to adopt after the whole like being injected with his DNA deal went down. And they still managed to show like he is still growing, like he has probably been the same for like 10 years at least, but
Mm-hmm.
he's like now with Shredder and everything coming in, he's kind of stepping up to his own family legacy because that's the legacy that he has that he ignored for so long and now has been pushed onto his boys, and he hasn't really been preparing them for it like
Mm-hmm.
he should have if he had believed it from the beginning.
Yeah. Which is also such an interesting difference to, I assume, earlier iterations where he trained them from the start. I mean,
Yeah, where they were like small.
I would say there was training, but there was this moment when I don't remember who said it. You guys did training or something like that.
You guys been training? That was Leo.
Yeah, I had his
Let's put
voice in my
her.
head.
Yeah, let's put our training to the test. It's like you guys have been training.
Also, before we finish this small what is it called, this the side tracking to Lujitsu / Splinter, before we finish this, Let me just mention again how genius the revelation was of Splinter and Luchitsu being the same person.
Oh yeah, that reveal was insane. Like I was started kind of pick up on it because they foreshadowed it really well. I was starting to pick up on it and I was like, oh my god, is he Lujitsu? And then basically the next episode, they were just like, he is Lujitsu. I was like, oh my god.
It's so good. Still, Evil League of Mutants is one of my all-time favorite episodes, especially because of the fish and ladders fight.
Oh yeah, the animation on that was sick.
Fish and ladders fight is still my favorite scene in the entire show.
It's a really, really solid action scene that really shows like how cool they could be if they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, if they really just, yeah, believe in
If
yourself.
if they'd really just commit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, the part where like the there's a part here where April basically turns it off. I also love that Splinter in this, it's a small joke and it's awful to get a good screenshot that actually explains it, but he uses the remote to start this
Yeah.
video,
But
but he throws it at the VCR
It's
to press the
so
play button.
stupid. Yeah, I noticed that too, and I was
Also, if I go back, I love that it's not in HD format.
Yep. Good.
Like this
Attention
because
to detail.
it's yeah, because it's playing on VHS. It's not in like in HD. It's cropped, and they just kept that, and I'm just like, ooh, that's nice.
I still just last side note about Luchitsu. I would really like to have it somewhat confirmed from the creators from the show, which time like this all plays in, because his style kind of fits into the 70s, but it could also be the 80s. But his clothing style is still more 70s. And how does the entire time frame? I need a timeline, please. I do pray, emoji.
The episode when he decides to become Randall again, like he's like, we need to do something about this whole situation, and then he just immediately appears in his hip teen outfit.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy his hip teen outfit
He
because
shaved
of
so
its
fast.
absurdity. Yeah, he manages to shave real. He is not attached to his fur at all.
I mean, it grows back really fast, so.
Yeah, it just kind of poofs back. That must be real warm. But yeah, like she's still trying to save the trees, and I mean she has a very aggressive sales technique. It just isn't very efficient.
She shames people and accuses them of things, which is not a good sales technique to begin with.
Yeah, I mean she's kind of threatening, even though her heart is definitely in the right place.
Yeah.
She also manages to ruin things for grocery store guy again.
No, he dropped his drink. Poor dude.
Anorak man is just like this dude is so unlucky. Why is he just always constantly around?
You know what? I just realized he has the anime hair thing at the
Yes.
front.
Yes, good.
And he also has a man bun, and he has
the mullet. And he's always wearing the high color anorak. This dude, I want to know what his deal is. If they reveal that he's actually like a yokai, I'll cry and I'll hide underneath my bed. But yeah, here she sets it up again, and of course the brownie girls are right across from her.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Yeah, he drops his drink, and I'm just like, oh, dude, you need to actually like hold things when you hold them. Like put your fingers around the things that you're holding.
I love the screenshot that you took, because he is in the middle of dropping it, but at the same time he looks at April like, this is your fault. You did this.
Yeah, I had to, like, he gets real pissed at her in the next frame, but then his drink was gone from the frame, so I had to, he goes from being shocked to what the hell did you just, why are you yelling at me? And then he goes from being ugh, and then he walks away, hopefully to get another drink. I don't know, man, I feel bad for him. He gets the short end of the stick all the time.
He's going through a lot with these characters.
Yeah, he just kind of happens to be there all the time. And then we
Yeah.
have this entire scene where Splinter's remembering the good old times with cookies. And like where his mom kissed his boo-boos, and there's something so incredibly disturbing about this because you know that he can just conjure up vivid fake memories
Hmm.
of himself as a baby rat and a rat mom.
That never existed and surprisingly
Yeah,
looks a lot like him just with makeup.
yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, of course, like he might have these real, uh, he might have these real memories, but these are horrifying.
I love how how the artists really made it look so weirdly disturbing.
Yeah, they managed to really like make
It
it cute, but at the same time, real
it
creepy.
literally is just Splinter with makeup.
Yeah, yeah,
At least the tiny little Splinter baby is happy.
yeah. I'm glad that Baby Splinter is very happy with his one cute tooth. It's great. The people also think it's very cute and want to buy all the cookies. I also like that the box says O'Neill's chocolate chip cookies. If she actually set the thing up, boxed them all, and like baked all of these cookies, then like, girl, you can't possibly be a failure.
Yeah, seriously not.
Just baking this amount of cookies, putting them in like custom boxes and sealing them in and going out, like that's more effort than I put into things over like months worth of time.
I mean, Grandma CJ, we see later, has an entire army to do all this stuff. April does it alone.
Yeah, I mean, maybe she buys them.
Yeah, this could also be another. It's like you buy them online, and
Yeah, they put your name on the
yeah,
box. I mean, that could very well be. I mean, I hope so, because God, imagine that work that would go into all of these cookies and then Splinter's just shoving them down his throat without selling them.
yeah.
Because apparently they're good. People do
Hmm.
enjoy them. And people want to buy them from the cool hip teen with the bare feet on the table.
I love that. Always the human characters always have their own distinctive designs.
Yeah,
And
I really like the one with the.
if it's not a recurring character like grocery bag guy, but they all
Yeah.
look different and they have their own designs. And
I love the person with the dark skin and the blue like cornrows.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
like I'm assuming it's a she because of the beautiful lashes,
Hmm.
but that person got gorgeous hair color.
I like the cat on the hat
Yeah, the cat hat's cool.
and the pink haired one. I would pink
Yeah.
hair so bad.
I mean, I kind of get why April gets kind of upset. Also, we got this brat for that
From
was birthday.
Alberto.
It's Timmy, the
Yeah.
birthday boy from Alberto's, and I love the sparkles around here. See, the inherent problem here with what Splinter is doing is that yeah, he's selling the cookies, but he's not selling the message, which is what is real which is the opposite of what April is doing. She's selling the message and not selling the cookies.
Yeah.
Like she wants people to buy the cookies to save the trees. And Splinter's more like buy the cookies because they're cookies and you want to eat them and the trees get saved because of it. So they're approaching it from two very different directions.
Hmm.
Also, it's kind of unfair because he used to be a professional actor that did infomercials for a living, which is probably all the money that they have, which well, all the money that Donnie has.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
But yeah, here we go. Like when they steal the customers, I'm just saying, like, is that Barack Obama?
yeah, it looks a lot. Looks
And
similar.
that other man could be. No, it isn't orange enough.
Yeah, also doesn't look
No.
angry enough.
Yeah. He isn't orange enough. But that might actually be Barack Obama. I'm just saying. Could not be, but could be.
Yeah,
I hope he enjoys his cookies.
yeah, same. Also, I really like
But
the designs for the girls.
yeah, I don't know, the very tall, lanky one, the one that's like 3 times the height of everyone else, I really like her.
Yeah.
Like, it must be real rough to be that much taller than all your friends.
Oh yeah.
She does have 3 badges on her shirt, though. So maybe she's like
Oh
an
yeah.
older, like a senior in the. I'm guessing these are Girl Scouts.
The blonde one has one. The one with the flowers, flower pigtails has two,
Yes, two.
and the one on the left with she has three.
Yeah, so I'm just assuming that maybe she's like a senior,
Yeah,
but
maybe.
the blonde one's definitely in charge.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that and then we actually go to Grandma Siege's. I love that you have the Foot Shack car out in the front. It still has the Foot Shack logo.
Yeah,
And then like
we hiring.
yeah, we're hiring. It's nothing shady about this. What are you talking
I love
about?
the shot though. I love the perspective. I love the colors. I love this establishing shot is really good.
They
We
also
see
try to trick you. The establishing shot actually starts with the very tall building in the background, like the
yeah.
top floor, and then it pans down to this. Like it's a beautiful, like enormous tower that like, oh yes, this is definitely some fancy business. And then it pans down to this, and it's like,
Yeah.
we hiring.
Yeah, I just really love the perspective of this building. It's so good.
It's like a creepy warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is definitely where quality brownies are made
Oh yeah.
with love.
I love the indent on the door.
Yeah, like clearly a child has been kicked through this door at least at some point. I hope that the child survived. The like I like that they're all like crafting and stuff
Mm-hmm.
and like having fun and moving enormous boxes full of brownies. But yeah, the indent on the boss's office definitely like gives you a vibe for what we're going for.
Yeah.
Which is the reveal that Grandma CJ is actually Foot Recruit.
Yeah.
And she is just in her essence training this army of bloodthirsty little girls to be brutal.
Mm-hmm. This
Like she
girl with her sharp teeth just reminds me so much of an early episode of Kill la Kill. And there
Mhm.
are several things, just mentioning that there are several, what is it called, references ish that I've seen to Kill la Kill. And I also saw at some point one of the people that used to work on the show actually call it the Western kind of Kill la Kill animation wise. Of course, not with content wise. It's of course
Yes.
not content wise or story wise like Kill la Kill, but from the animation style and the snappiness and the angles and all of that. One of the persons that worked on the show called it Western kind of Kill la Kill animation wise. And there was the scene in the first episode of the season with Big Mama putting down her heel. That
Mhm.
is probably a reference to Satsuki, who puts down her heel. And this girl just reminds me so much of an early episode of Kill la Kill with the tennis girl, because she also has those sharp teeth. And later, this girl pulls up I think another weapon, and the fight. Yeah, later.
But yeah, the scene, I love that everything is red in this because it sets
Mm-hmm.
like an extra sinister tone. And seeing these like it's Girl Scouts just hold like baseball bats with spikes on it. It's like, yeah, I mean, I get it. That's terrifying and all. But then I remember that they are like perfect knee breaking height. I was
Oh
like, oh
yeah.
yeah, no, yeah, that's not good. I was like, oh, what are little girls gonna do? It's like, oh wait, no, they're like knee height, and I'm just like,
Also,
ooh,
she has spikes on her baseball bat. A baseball bat alone is already bad, but it
yeah,
has
it it
spikes.
it, it sticks to you. But yeah, the she's just like training an army of murderous Girl Scouts, and these specifically are people selling cookies, and I just wonder why she has problems with cookie sellers. Like the mannequins are holding cookie
Oh yeah.
trays. It's a good thing that you didn't murder Splinter and April earlier, because apparently they can behead a man
I
with
mean,
their hands alone.
anyone that sells baked goods should actually be uh, a rival. for their
Yeah.
business and for Foot Recruit's world domination plans.
For a second there, I thought you said anyone who sells baked goods should be well versed in the martial arts, and I was just gonna be like, "Hmm, how
I mean,
what do I not know about baked goods salesmen?"
we don't know for sure. Are you selling baked goods, huh?
No, that's no. I haven't had to fight anyone over baked goods either.
That's why you can't do martial arts either, huh? See, I saw the connection.
How dare you? But also the fact that one of the girls up in the tree in the middle has like a knife, a fork, and a spoon, and one of them has a ladle with spikes. That ladle and rolling pin that the other one has with spikes cannot be used for their original intended purpose.
No.
That rolling pin would not roll out dough, and that ladle would probably scrape the bottom of any pot you would try
Yeah,
to
also,
serve
you
soup.
wouldn't be able to get to the bottom of the pot.
No. I'm just saying, they ruin perfectly fine cooking utensils. I also love that when they're here to attack them, Splinter is just like, "No, girls, give us a minute. I'm about to ramp up to a life-changing speech." That's like, "Oh, yes, good life-changing speech." At least
Mm-hmm.
he's self-aware.
Yeah.
And when they
Oh
get
yeah.
caught and hauled into the creepy van, there's a Grandma CJ. I wonder if this like mascot. I wonder if this is Foot Recruit's actual grandma, and she's like using her grandma's likeness, or if she just came up with this grandma.
I have the theory that she just took over the factory, which maybe belonged to someone
Oh yeah, that maybe
or
belonged to this Grandma CJ. That could be.
could be.
But
That's a
yeah,
theory at least.
yeah, it's also a pun because batter because batter up as in
Yeah,
like baseball bat, and also batter because cookie batter as in dough that you
yeah.
make cookies from.
I mean, we'll get to that later.
But yeah, they can't drive, so they just pull the car.
Of course. I
I
love.
love the girl in front is so determined, and those triplets in the back are also very determined, but
I
you
mean,
can't see their eyes.
there are quadruplets at
Oh yeah,
least.
there's one on the other side. Well, they're definitely doing their best.
I mean, there are a lot of characters that have distinct designs. Not all of them don't need all of. Not all of them need them.
No, that's fine. Also, these can just be quintuplets. It's
Yeah.
fine. The this I don't know in what world walnuts are this sharp, because she uses this walnut to cut herself free from the cellophane, and I have never like this is if this is in your cookie, that's maybe why your cookies aren't selling, April, because people can die.
Yeah, I mean, a walnut, I have never tried to leave it out in the open for it to become this, hard. Is that door
No,
sturdy?
I'm I'm expecting that since it was inside a cookie, she opened the walnut and pulled out the actual walnut from the shell, and it just happened to be this sharp somehow. It's very convenient, but I get it because she could get herself free with walnut. I'm just saying, if this was in your cookie, then maybe that's why your cookies weren't selling, April, because someone stabbed themselves in the tongue and bled out in the street.
But yeah, sharp
But
walnut. Saves the day.
yeah, the design on Foot Recruit is amazing.
Oh yeah.
I love her like red under eyeliner. It's really really nice. And her lipstick. I mean, like her entire color scheme is extremely good. I like her pink like earrings and stuff. I mean, it's really really good. But I also just like I would never have considered giving a character under eyeliner. Whoever decided to give her the under eyeliner is a genius because it really ties like her entire design together.
Oh yeah. Also, a female character that does not act feminine at all, that has a buzz cut
She's and
and
at the same time,
is
she's so funny.
eccentric.
She's so funny. She's so weird, and she's so pretty.
Oh yeah, and Zelda Williams does an amazing job voicing
Yeah,
her.
Zelda Williams is such a good voice actor. Like she is incredible, and the energy that she lends
Oh
to
yeah.
Fruit Recruit is insane.
Oh yeah, I love Foot Recruit. I loved her from the start because she has such intensity.
Yeah, she's really high energy and very motivated, even though like here she wants to take over the world by using brownies. And this is a very good.
Oh, yes.
I just had I like to grab in betweens
Yeah,
of
yeah,
funny
it's
faces.
amazing.
But yeah, uh the, her plan was to sell cookies to a bunch of businessmen and like important people so they could get into all of the places and know all the things. And there's like an annual profit report, and then like she even the oval one, she wants to become president basically.
Still better president.
Yeah, I mean she'd probably do an amazing job. The she wants to become president, and that's a good goal to have, I guess.
Hmm.
I'm sure that as Grandma CJ she could become president, but wouldn't people notice that she isn't Grandma CJ when they're voting for her?
I mean, Grandma CJ is a brand.
That is true. And this is the beautiful frame where she realizes, because Splinter asked her just like, "Oh, that's a great plan, but that sounds complicated. How long do you think that will take?" And then she goes to the book and flips through, and then she sees that it's going to take her 10 years to do it. And she gets so upset. Like here, like it's also because it's happening at the same time. Like she's super upset, and meanwhile, April is kicking ass. She's like kicking the ass of these girls. And I mean, the tall one is super impressed and
She does the
very,
anime wiggle.
yeah. She does so many animal wiggles. She just really likes April and how cool she is. And if April cannot see that she is probably the coolest person in that universe, then she's blind.
April is also high energy. She's intense. She
Yeah.
is fun, and that's what, yeah, Splinter then later says that they are very alike. She and Foot
Yeah.
Recruit. This
The
is such a cool shot.
yeah, this shot here. I love the girl with the hand what's it called? A hand blender? A hand whisk?
Wait,
What's the English word?
let me look it up.
A whisk? No. Yes? They all have like cooking utensils. They all have harmless looking cooking. Oh, not harmless looking. They have spikes. They all have cooking utensils, except that one girl who just straight up has a chain.
I even forgot the German word. I cannot even look it up.
Yeah, it's like a hand whisk or something.
Yeah.
Manual whisk. The like I when the it was because the entire time she's like she gets so upset. It's like 10 years. I can't wait 10 years for world domination.
And then
Girl,
she cries
you're
over how the entire thing with the Foot Clan didn't really work out.
yeah, she that the world will be your oyster to crush.
I wonder why she wants to crush the world like an oyster.
No,
So the
probably just like she she was probably forced to decide on a goal at a very young age, and then she just kind of rolled with it.
mm,
The I also like that she's like, "Oh no, 10 years. I can't wait 10 years. I already wasted so much time with that." Wait, aren't you like 17, 18?
yeah.
Yeah, world domination by the age of 30 or like 26 if she's April's age is an achievement.
Oh yeah.
You're still very young, darling. It's not like you're going to die of old age. You can definitely settle for world domination via brownies at
Mhm.
the tender age of like 26 or 7. I also love that she factored in no. I love that she factored in natural disasters to the Cocoa region in her figures. Like it was a very well thought out plan. It would just take 10 years, but that was impossible.
But she wants world domination now.
That is true. I mean, she's already waited so long. She was like a Starbucks carrier for the Foot Clan for so long.
Also, Splinter is such a good dad figure here.
Yeah. He jumps onto the couch and offers her like a tissue and then sits down and just talks to her. Look at her, she's such a
Yeah,
babe.
she's beautiful. I
I
love
love
her.
her design. I
Mm-hmm.
also love that they just let her get extremely hilarious in the face. That's one thing that this show does, because there's a lot of shows that do funny faces, but not for the female characters, because they want to keep the female characters pretty at all times.
Yeah.
And they do not do that in this show. This show just goes all out. Everyone has funny faces in this show, and I appreciate that so
Yeah,
much.
same.
Like, I also love that she has a little bump on her nose. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
she's so pretty, but
She's pretty.
she's also ferocious. I appreciate it. And meanwhile, it was impossible to really get a good screenshot of this fight, so I just settled for one, because this is where I wanted to talk about the whole kill a kill animation thing, because
Yeah.
it's a very dynamic and fluid scene. This one screenshot does not really do it justice.
Yeah, this and in the next episode, the fight scenes are so amazing. I always admire the choreography, I admire the angles, but
The
despite
camera work,
yeah, the camera work, despite them going absolutely crazy with perspective and angles and yeah, movement, it never really loses its sense of space and you never get confused about the location and stuff. I mean that they keep the location kind of simple, but I still admire that it never looks flat or something like that, you know?
yeah. I mean, it's very cool.
Aw,
And
she's
here's
so
just
cute.
another picture of Foot Recruit. I just like taking pictures of Foot Recruit.
Yeah.
She's so cool. Also, here, like, April managed to French braid all of them together, and that's a great way to like she didn't handcuff them or tie them up in any way. She just French braided their hair
Yeah.
together.
But here we see that the blonde one also has 3 buttons.
Yeah. So maybe she's also higher up. I mean, these two definitely did talk a lot together, so maybe they're like higher ups. I don't know. It
I don't know
probably
how
doesn't
Girl
matter.
Scouts work. I'm
Yeah, it
sorry.
doesn't matter considering that we probably won't see them again. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, here you put recruit. It's just like, oh, I want to crush the world. You're such a great listener. She says that you're such a great listener. And Splinter's like, oh, I thought I did most of the talking.
I
I
also
mean,
love how Splinter, he's tied up, so he uses his tail to emote.
yeah, like to hand things over. It's great. I also have a very distinct feeling that Splinter could have gotten out of this at any point if he really wanted to.
I mean, he did the move when Draxum, or when that monster in the battle nexus grabbed Luchitsu, and when Draxum had him all wrapped up in his roots, he does, you know, the spin move. He can
Yeah,
easily just break free.
yeah. It's
He's
here.
a dad here. He's being a dad.
Yeah, why isn't he ever a dad to his son, though? Why does he care so much more for his daughter, April?
Oh yeah.
Either way, he's being a very motivating and supportive dad here.
Mm-hmm.
A rare dad. Yeah, then when April shows up and they're like fighting, and it's like, you guys have so much in common, and it's like, no, we do not. At the same time, like, it's
I love that
very.
it crushes Splinter.
I feel bad for his eyes.
Yeah.
But yeah, the also the scene where it's like, oh, give me back my money and let the rat man go, and she's like, how about I keep the money and let the rat man go, and she's like, hmm.
Mm.
And she considers it. There's like,
Seriously?
yeah, then he gets all mad, and she's like, I mean, at least he's considering it.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I brought this up is like this is the face that she makes right before she lets him go. Like, she clearly doesn't want to hurt him, and she doesn't really want to let him go.
Yeah. Aw.
I just think it's cute because it's only for a second, and she gets all sad and pouty because then she like drops him and lets him go, and then takes all the money and leaves.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming she leaves all those Girl Scouts to just run things on their own.
Yeah.
She just abandons this business.
I mean, the plan didn't work out the way she wanted to, so better
Oh,
move
it was
on.
definitely working out the way she wanted to, just not fast enough.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, then we go back to the ninjutsu plan. And the jutsu,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just assuming that the first word is jump.
Yeah.
Maybe jump right in and then initiate something and then take ku. I don't know what that is, and then suplex something into submission.
Yeah.
And then something worth to something story, maybe
Yeah.
history. I want to know. Please give me the jutsu points. I need this motivational
Yeah,
shit to
I need
get
that
things
for my
done.
life, okay? I need to get my life
Yeah,
together.
yeah, it's good. As she was taking notes, steps to success, the jitsu to world domination.
I love that he is just grabbing onto this wrestler's arm.
No, it's called something specifically. He like called it the flaming like elbow something. Like he has specific names for random moves that he makes. I mean, of course he has names for all. He's like a video game character. He has specific
Yeah.
names for his attacks. But like he's just like, ah, maybe if this doesn't work, then maybe use this move. And so he's like telling you to tackle things with like different methods. And I enjoy that. That's a
Mm-hmm.
good life lesson. But also she's using it for world domination.
I mean, there are definitely Lujitsu movies that villains like.
Yeah, I mean, clam chowder is the one that the villains actually like that only villains enjoy, according to Mikey. The thing is that like when we first met her, she didn't know who Lujitsu was,
Mm-hmm.
and now she's like watching motivational videos from
And
Lujitsu.
she has a poster of Lujitsu in her room.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she clearly did look into the movies like she said she would.
Yeah.
And we get a closer look at her room. Like there's a bunch of money on her bed.
And this is where we can maybe mention a theory.
Yeah, a fan theory that's floating around that she is CJ and that it stands for Casey Jones.
Yeah, I mean, there is a hockey poster in her room. There are
Hockey
hockey.
sticks on the left, no,
Human.
on the right. I mean, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the like yeah, and yeah, it's like a fan theory floating around now, and I mean,
Also, on the truck, when they abandoned Splinter in April, on the sticker it said "Batter Up," which is, of course, a pun for batter, but it apparently is also a one of the catchphrases that Casey Jones used in the past in previous iterations.
imagine the complexity of trying to get that reference in. It's like, yeah, we want to use batter up, but we don't want it to be too obvious. So let's make the entire episode revolve around baking. Like, yeah, that's good. That's good. Good idea. Now,
I
how
mean,
do we do that? Hmm.
I'm pretty sure episodes come to existence just from one initial idea.
Oh, yeah, of course. Like most
Let's do
good
this
things
joke.
do.
There's a joke that they want to make, and then they put it, like, make an episode around it.
Yeah, I also like that we get to see just like how normal she lives.
Mm-hmm.
Like she just lives in a pretty normal place. It looks cozy, honestly.
Yeah, I like that the money, the bag with the money is on the bed, like hanging on the post of the bed.
Yeah. I just, it's great. And this whole theory about her being Casey Jones is like very interesting. I'm all for it. Like I
I
know that
would love it.
like he has Casey Jones has been a dude in all the previous iterations and people were expecting like Casey Jones to be a male character in this show as well. I mean, I get that people would like at least that level of consistency, but you've had so many Casey Jones that are like the Casey Jones. Why can't you just have a Casey Jones that's this madness?
I would love that, honestly. And I mean, I don't mind. I wouldn't mind at all. Casey is a name that fits for both female and male characters, and in between, of course.
Yeah, it's a pretty neutral name.
Yeah, but I would love it. I would love that. The first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that I'm watching is the one that has a female Casey Jones. I would love that.
Yeah. Also, the whole tradition of Casey and April, like at least in the one that I'm most familiar with, which is the 2003 Turtles, which is like the only iteration I really watched before this. They were romantically involved. And if that means that April and Foot Recruit will be romantically involved, or that there will be no romance at all, Both are stellar options, in my opinion. I root
Same.
for both.
Same.
If they end up being a very progressive couple, I'm into it. If there's no romance, I'm into it. If it just becomes the most insane power couple, platonically or romantically, I think that if these two girls teamed up, the world actually would get dominated,
Oh yeah.
and and nothing would stop them, really.
Mhm.
So I'm all for both options, or
Same.
a magical third option that the staff decides on.
I mean,
I don't like.
the thing with Rise of the TMNT is that there were so many occasions when I thought, okay, this is gonna happen, and then it did not happen, but something completely else happened, and I was still okay with it. I was never disappointed by anything.
No, I very much enjoy the different route that they're taking with like a bunch of characters, and the show on its own is just so very good that I don't see why it needs to conform to previous iterations of Turtle, because it is literally the rise of the TMNT. It's a fresh, different take. And even if they never confirm Foot Recruit as Casey Jones, if this whole CJ thing is the only, like, if they never actually call her Casey or call her Casey Jones, that is a 500% okay with me as well. I will not be upset if she's not confirmed as Casey Jones and they just kind of leave it in a limbo. I don't care. All of it is good. I just love her as a character.
Same. She is strong enough as a character to stand on her own without an attachment to previous iterations.
Yeah, she definitely has the personality to stick out as a new character, and also honestly just kind of be one of my favorite new characters.
I love her.
She's great.
Absolutely.
But yeah, speaking of how much we love her and how this shadow thing comes to steal her, how dare! She's wearing her cute socks. You can't just attack someone that's chilling on their bed, taking notes about world domination. That's so rude.
It is very rude. But yeah, there are the free claws again.
Yeah, I do like that we get a better look at what this thing is, because we only saw the hands when it attacked meat sweats in the previous episodes. Episode, like the 3-clawed hands. This is definitely the same thing that's kidnapping a bunch of villains. But I also like that we get to see like a face, like we see the eyes and like the horn thing. Like it's cool.
Didn't Shadow Fiend have red eyes as well?
Yeah, definitely. And a weirdly shaped head.
Oh yeah.
Like it was very long in the back. But yeah, it like creeps in here and then grabs her. She gets to be so cool for a second when she like fights back and then she's caught.
Lasted only for a second. But she tried. A for effort.
I mean, she's the only one that really fought back as far as we've seen.
I mean, so far we only have seen Meat Sweats being taken. And Meat Sweats was very terrified of whatever he saw there.
I just, for this thing's sake, this is Shadow Fiend's sake, I just hope that it's not gonna try to kidnap Todd, because Todd will kick its ass, because Todd's a Super Saiyan.
Yeah, okay, you know, with Todd being a Super Saiyan, they really just messed up, in my opinion, because he's so strong.
Yeah, Todd is super overpowered. He doesn't like to fight. He's a peace-loving Super Saiyan. Yeah. But yeah, the episode was very, very good. I enjoyed it. Also, the whole like is Foot Recruit Casey Jones intrigue just kind of spiced it up a bit, because it like gets you thinking.
Oh yeah, I love that. I loved being watching this episode and then going on Twitter and seeing all the reactions to that. And I didn't really pick up on it, because I think when we looked at her room, silly me was actually being on Twitter, so I didn't see the hockey stuff in her room. Then I went on Twitter and I saw all that and I was like, wait, what? And people were freaking out a little bit about it. And because literally in every stream, people are like, Casey Jones, Casey Jones, Casey Jones. People really want Casey Jones so bad, and they're hyping it up so much.
For themselves, yeah. I mean, I don't see anyone screaming, cry into the abyss every episode. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like no one's chanting for crying and sitting in a corner.
Yeah.
Like that's at least no one, as far as I know. Maybe someone is, but you know, like I do.
But yeah, that's just thing that happens. And I really hope that, yeah, people will be able to just go with the flow of whatever will come out, whether she is confirmed Casey Jones or not. It could also just be a red herring, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it literally could be. And there's like, no, like, this is my older brother, Casey Jones. I am Cassandra Jones. It's like, amazing. We get 2 Caseys.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, we don't know what the team has planned, but so far they have not disappointed.
I am literally, I trust this team of writers and creators so much. They can do whatever. And I will be like, sometimes I will be like, okay, this is a little hardcore, like Don Suave.
You're gonna have to forgive them for the Super Saiyan Todd eventually.
No,
Flynn. You can't just
ever.
You can't just be mad about it forever.
He had nipples.
He did have nipples, but I'm sure capybaras have nipples. They're mammals. It's normal.
Okay, let's go to the next episode.
All right. The next episode's called Mystery Meat.
Good.
And it starts with this wonderful art.
This communist stuff kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, at least they nailed children in school, because this is how I felt in school as well. The dead eyes, the marching in step, the lack of smiles. It's on point.
And the dark rings under the eyes.
Oh, yeah, definitely. School starts way too early. Just like as a footnote, my personal opinion, school starts an hour too early. No one's awake that early. Like, move it an hour, everyone will study better.
I'm not sure. Doesn't school start at 9 a.m. in America?
Really? It starts at, well, then they're doing it right, because it starts at fucking 8 a.m. in Iceland, and that's way too early. No one can crunch any knowledge into their brains before 9 a.m. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Draxum is living his best life as a lunch lady.
He loves it.
Yeah, he enjoys, just like, you just give him a tiny bit of power and he's into it.
Is it normal to just eat burgers without any plate or something?
I mean, maybe here, because Draxum doesn't like to do dishes. I don't know. This whole cafeteria thing confuses me a little bit, considering that no one is sitting next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's doing a good job social distancing in the lunchroom, but not in the lines.
Also, we see Dale again.
Yeah, Dale is a bit of a rebel. He didn't want to pick up the napkin. He said it wasn't his. And then Draxum forced him to pick it up with tentacles and put it in the recycling. But Dale was a bit of a rebel there for a second.
Yeah. But then everyone was like, gasp.
Yeah, which makes him cool, because he was a rebel. But he was also being very dumb. He should have just picked it up.
Oh, yeah. Well, he did this to himself.
I mean, Draxum could have also picked it up with a tentacle and put it in the recycling, but he decided to torment Dale, because apparently he does not like Dale. The whole episode is basically just a wonderful Draxum fever dream.
A fever dream really is the right word.
Yeah,
I like this episode. It is not as crazy as some other things that I might have mentioned already.
See, I like that Draxum is feeling his job. I like that Draxum enjoys his job. The thing is that there are no unimportant jobs in the world. It's just a matter of what job brings you fulfillment. Mm-hmm. And Draxum definitely does feel fulfilled by the lunch lady job, whether it's because of his sadism or if it's because he enjoys the power it brings him. Like, I don't think that he has a specific passion for cooking, though if he does, that's where Mikey gets it. But
I love in this scene how April mentions that she took the letter from his mailbox, and he's like, what's a mailbox?
Yeah, like, she's like, I found this letter in your mailbox. Like, what is a mailbox? And then he puts on little glasses. Oh, he's so wonderful.
Also, before I forget it, episode was written by Russ Carney and Don Corsillo. And I absolutely love Roger Craig Smith as Baron Draxum. He started voicing Baron Draxum this season. Before that, it was John Cena. I do not hear any difference. And
yeah, I mean, the only difference that I hear is slightly when he yells, but that's such a tiny difference. It could literally just be that Draxum just calmed down a bit.
Yeah, but it is still a good way to, or a good moment to change the voice actor, because there was this change of Draxum's character and personality a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
personality not that much, but
But yeah, it was really nice, and I also like that Draxum is just his kitchen's a horror show, like different animals, and the silverfish are like they have little hair nets. They don't have any hair. They're so cute.
I love the weird eggs, because they do look like the eggs from the Alien movies, where the face huggers jump out of.
Yeah, the silverfish puts a little ladle in and pulls out some of the liquid, and I'm just like, oh, that looks disgusting. But I mean, all the kids are eating, so it can't taste awful.
I mean, I do not know what the standards in an American school cafeteria are. So,
The silverfish are helping though, which I think is very cute.
yeah.
Because I don't think Draxum made the silverfish. They're just like yokai that he probably found out by the trash and offered them a job.
Now, are they employed or are they forced to work? That is the true question.
Well, there's a scene later on where April starts telling them what to do, and it squeaks at April, and she's like, I don't care how long you've been working here, I'm the vertebrate, I am in charge.
Yeah.
Meaning that meaning that one of the silverfish is like, actually I've been working here the longest, so if Draxum leaves, I am in charge. He's like, no, I am in charge. So they've definitely been working here for a while if they think that they have some authority when Draxum's out. But yeah, the superintendent lunch lady is
Vivian Slopworth.
Is that her name?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Her name is Vivian Slopworth.
Slopworth is somehow the best name and the worst name. Draxum does not have a little hairnet on his sideburns, just pointing it out. Also, I just think that they don't want to risk all of us combusting at once, so they don't show us his long, luscious hair.
Oh yeah, that's true. He should have long hair.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. The one thing we thought was real was the horns, and the thing we thought was fake was the hair. Turns out it's the other way around. He has like armpit length, luscious hair.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen it.
Not yet. Not yet. Please.
He'll pull off his hairnet and like shake it.
It's gonna be like, Finn from Adventure Time.
Yeah, the reveal is gonna be Adventure Time style, just except not that long, I hope. He needs a bigger hairnet if that's the case.
Also, my theory is that the armpit stains are a part of the uniform. You know, they're just dyed in.
Oh, it's a shirt that like has pre-armpit stained. So you can just say, oh no, it comes pre-stained. This isn't me. And it makes everyone feel better.
Yep.
But yeah, what the joke where Vivian is just like, oh, you have children eating from a trough? That was my idea. And then it's just like, yes, the weak ones burn their hands, but we're trying to call the herd. Call the herd.
It's so good. I love Draxum's little skirt.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a little skirt. It's a long skirt.
He uses that to hide his goat feces.
That is true. Even though it looks like Vivian also has goat feces, so she wouldn't have a fucking problem.
Yep.
Also, that child is completely okay with Draxum patting his head.
And there's definitely social distancing here.
Yeah, they're social distancing real hard. Like, no one is really close to each other. And they're enjoying sloppy joes. Yeah. Which is what's for food.
They're so cute.
Yeah, they are so cute. I love their little hair knits. And also, he has a clean spray that says clean on it. It's clean brand clean spray.
I love them. They're so adorable. I love their
pink when they're
eyes.
Small, they're adorable. Maybe Draxum found a big, like, the silverfish in, like, the big combined form out by the dumpster and then, like, punched them. And they exploded into a bunch of little ones and then, like, grabbed a couple. It's like, you work for me now.
And they're like, okay.
It's like, beats dying. And then they discovered their passion for the culinary arts.
Yeah.
All yokai apparently enjoy cooking. This is my current theory.
Yeah.
I mean, Hueso enjoys cooking. Silverfish enjoy cooking. Yeah, I mean, so far, the only one that doesn't enjoy cooking is Big Mama, as far as we've seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're so cute. They like do little high fives. I love them.
Yeah, they're so adorable.
They did a great job, except they didn't throw out the goop in the pot. Like they
Hmm.
cleaned all the things, but like April was in charge of cupboards and stuff. So, but yeah, this is a very clean kitchen. But yeah, there she is. Oh, she's eating the pigeon nuggets.
Yeah.
Where it's like, why use costly chicken when there's perfectly good birds outside by the trash? And it's like, oof, oof,
I wonder what
oof.
other animals he
I
was.
mean, we got to see when Sloppy Joseph was mutating in the pot,
Hmm.
it turned into a tentacle, a monkey, a horse, and a snake.
Hmm.
So he definitely has a variety of animals in his pots. I don't know where he got the monkey or the snake.
From the zoo, I don't know.
I mean, I sure hope not. The
Oh yeah, this
also,
this was such a good moment. I loved the animation, and I just loved how he slowly tried to push that spatula underneath
yeah.
the mosquito.
I also like that they were definitely teasing that she would get mutated.
Yeah, but she didn't.
They were kind of building up to it here, like that,
Hmm.
oh no, she's a character that's like has a name and everything, and like, oh no, she's definitely gonna get mutated. And then she didn't.
Hmm.
Because
Also,
the
wait, other screenshot. Please go back.
mm,
April's leggy.
oh yeah, she's just wrapped around her, like dipping, finger gunning
Just
with her leggies
grabs her
straight.
head and turns it to her. It's
I
like,
love that
yeah,
Vivian is just totally okay with this.
yeah.
Like, she does not care. This is fine. Also, Draxum says that April is his unpaid intern, and then like goes cha-ching, and I'm just like, where did you learn that, Draxum?
Yeah.
Who taught you? Was it Leo? You
Oh
shouldn't
yeah,
hang out with
probably.
Leo. But yeah, they put the mosquito in the pot with all the gross goop. But also love here how Draxum's just flexing.
He got his flex on his muscle back so fast. He
Now
juiced.
he's been rehydrated. It's fine. Also, I do enjoy that throughout this episode, Vivian at no point like seems interested in Draxum romantically.
Hmm.
Because it would have been really easy for them to like make her, because he's like a beefy male that works like in the cafeteria and stuff. Like it would have been easy for her to basically swoon over him.
Hmm.
No, she swoons over him having a spork system. She
Yeah.
does not swoon over him like being incredibly muscular and like charming
Yeah.
and weird and clearly agreeing with her that children should eat from troughs. Like she does not like get romantically interested in him at any point. She keeps it completely professional,
Hmm.
which I enjoy.
Yeah.
Yes, April looks so into being an unpaid intern at the kitchen. Yeah, then we get to see Sloppy Joseph, who we already noticed just like not even on podcast, but in off time, that was a part of the new roster of villains in the beginning scene, like in
Hmm.
the intro.
Yep.
We had Sloppy Joseph.
Which does it mean that he will be a recurring character? But I
I mean,
mean, also,
probably ending does imply that.
Repo Mantis's cat is also in the opening and didn't appear again
Maybe
so
it's
far.
like one of villains included as well. I mean, so far, for all we know, Repo might also get kidnapped by a shadow and put into the thing.
Yeah.
That's a
This
whole thing.
this episode kind of. I mean, I didn't really think that it has like gross out scenes, but I think it is a little bit gross how greasy Sloppy Joseph is.
Yeah, he definitely is. I also love the name Sloppy Joseph.
Yeah.
It's not they didn't call him Sloppy Joe. That's so informal. His full name is Joseph,
Yeah.
and you better call him Sloppy Joseph.
Oh yeah.
Joe is my father. Call me Joseph. But yeah, the scene here where Mikey shows up on the go-kart because April calls him specifically. April actually calls Mikey, who says he's saving the world, and then Raph is like bumping into him with a car in the background. She's like, "You're go-karting." "No, I'm saving the world." And then he shows up through a wall with some chickens. I don't really know why chickens.
Yeah.
And he shows up and does this pose, and I'm reminded of an animated movie called Red Line, which is a really beautiful 2D animated racing movie, like an anime movie, and it's very good. And this just pose and the pompadour obviously very much reminds me of that movie.
Yeah, also racing. and
Yeah.
the car. And also this is one of the few turtle scenes that we get from these two episodes. Hello, Cat.
Yes.
Cat makes a cameo.
Yeah, cat, please. But yeah, this definitely there's both anime-ish references in this and the previous, like it has like a Kill la Kill thing in the previous episode, and like I get Redline vibes from this one.
Yeah, especially from this scene here, and because of
Yeah.
Mikey's outfit and the pompadour, it is clearly a reference. I also love that he pulls up the helmet and then the pompadour is just like boing.
Yeah, I don't like it. Even if the brothers were go-karting, that's fine, but why did he have a pompadour underneath? Well,
Because
go-karting.
it's a red line reference, of course.
I guess it's also extra cushioning.
Oh, yeah.
In case he hits his head, they'll have to go through all the pompadour. It's fine. I'm overthinking it.
But yeah, my point from before being that there really are not a lot of turtle scenes in these two episodes. Obviously, Brownies and Mystery Meat now. This is really one of the few scenes where we get a turtle character, and I'm really happy that April gets some episodes for herself.
Yeah, I mean we've had a lot of episodes that the boys
Drexel,
weren't
of
really a
course.
part. Yeah, like this is really Draxum and April episode. Even though Mikey does make a small cameo, I don't think that in the previous episode there were any turtles.
No,
it was
wasn't.
A Splinter and April episode.
Yep.
And Foot Recruit.
Yeah, there was not a turtle to be seen.
Yes, no turts in sight. But yeah, here I took a picture of the chickens just because I narrow my eyes. Why are there like 3 chickens?
I mean, why not?
Yeah, I don't know what the thing is. And here we get to see that Draxum's ultimate plan with the mosquito he was keeping in the kitchen was to turn Dale into a cantaloupe mutant because he's bald. I'm
It
just
looks
like,
like a cantaloupe, and Draxum thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah, Draxum's still an asshole. I love that Mikey is just like, I got you this cushy job and a swanky apartment, and this is how you repay me.
Shaming much.
Yeah, and then like when Sloppy Joseph shows up, like he becomes so radical because they lock him in this locker. I'm just assuming that one of the football dudes is there because this looks like one of those like American football shirts to me. I also love how one hand is extremely large and the other one's is like long and skinny.
And I love the shutter shades.
Yeah, I mean he's just a very radical dude, you know. So radical.
Yeah,
I actually very much enjoy his design.
I think the green grease on the floor is what could gross people out.
Yeah, it's gross. And also that chicken does not care.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, a costly chicken. Yeah, here we get Draxum asking Mikey to help him because he wants to get rewarded.
Oh yeah.
He's just big eyes. He just wants Mikey to help. Help me. And Mikey can't say no to those eyes. Draxum clearly knows Mikey too well.
Yeah.
Like they've clearly spent some quality time together.
I love that animation was so good and so fluid, and it kind of reminded me of Gaston.
Yeah, when he's walking in, I love that he walks in there and it's like all the lunch ladies from the entire what was it called?
District.
Yeah, district will be there. It's 3. There's 3. There's 3 other. There's 4. There's 4 in total in this district.
And apparently, their names are Lunchman Stan, and then there are Lunch Lady Edna and Lunch Lady Gladys.
I think Edna is the one with the pointy cheekbones, and Gladys is the round, soft one.
Yeah, possibly.
That's my headcanon.
I mean, they're voiced by the same person, so there's no really way to tell them apart.
I don't know. The one with the pointy cheekbones that looks a little bit creepy. She looks like an Edna to me.
Yes. Also, Lunchman Stan is voiced by Maurice LaMarche, who also voices Brain in Animaniacs, and in Rise of the TMNT voices Foot Brute.
Do not let that talent go to waste. Then we get to see this beautiful statue of Draxum wearing a toga. I love the little olive nipples.
I didn't notice them before. Why did you point them out?
Because I want you to suffer. That's why I pointed them out. Also, I love that the statue has like it's clearly is breading. Because Draxum says, I wanted statues in my previous life, but not even I could envision such beautiful breading. And then he's just crying. It's like, did he want breading on his statues in the Mystic City? Has he just always been a culinary fan? what's going on
He
there,
probably
buddy?
didn't know that he wanted the breading until he saw it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually a little bit impressed that he managed to catch up on human cuisine so much.
Yeah.
But I mean, the yokai do have pizza, so it can't be completely
Yeah.
different. But yeah, then I love this. I love this award. It's just a lunch lady with a hairnet, and she looks very distressed. I'm just wondering who, like, she is. Like, who was the lunch lady
She
so
was
amazing that they modeled her head into an award?
the ultimate lunch lady.
My goodness, she must have been great. Mutated many children.
Yeah.
But yeah, then when they get attacked
I
and they're inside, like, yeah, like, spoiler alert, Sloppy Joseph shows up to eat the statue. And
Braxton gets mad and he tries to
yeah,
do mystic stuff, but Mikey's like, no, no, no.
I think at this point, mystic stuff is totally warranted, and he
Mm.
should be allowed to do mystic stuff to fight the mystic creature that he accidentally created.
I just love how Draxum jumps in and says that this is a completely normal thing, a normal human thing. And he doesn't wear his skirt anymore. Like, his skirt is a little further up so you can see his leggies. And he jumps in and he has these cool weapons that, you know, they're like his,
Yeah.
the things that he uses to make the roots. And he has them between his fingers and they have the Wolverine kind of knife claws.
Yeah.
And it's so cool. And Mikey's like, mm. And Draxum looks back and he puts it away. And then Mikey's like, just there's a pause. And then he gives a thumbs up. It's such good timing.
I mean, the thing is that I don't think Draxum. I mean, we get to see that Draxum doesn't need mystic stuff to kick ass in this episode. He was a warrior scientist.
Yeah.
So,
Warrior scientist.
Yeah, then.
Did he take a
there,
screenshot of
baby.
the Akira scene?
That's later.
Okay.
First he gets his ass kicked.
Okay.
And then he goes and sees this, and then he has lunch bells in his eyes when he decides to fight. I just very much enjoy all the lines and wrinkles on his face. Like, you can't really see the rest of it, but you manage to express exactly how he's feeling with just his eyes.
Yeah.
And then he decides to fight. And like, his plan is to fight by serving Sloppy Joseph as food to the children. And I'm just like, oof, there's a lot wrong with that.
Oh yeah, his skirt is torn up here.
Yes.
So dramatic.
So dramatic. And this post is definitely a reference to something. I have definitely seen this thing before. It might be Akira, because this entire fighting scene, like when he's like serving him up and like pulling them out of the mass, it's really gross, but it also definitely feels like a nod to Akira, where there was a giant meat slug basically and people got crushed inside of it.
The scene in Akira is so terrifying, but also so the entire animation in Akira is so good and impressive, and there are so many details in every shot in Akira. But this one scene where the Tetsuo basically kills his own girlfriend by crushing her with his meat mass traumatized me.
Yeah, I mean, this spoiler alert for Akira, I guess.
Akira is such an old movie.
Yeah, but definitely still worth a watch. And apparently someone that works on the show, hopefully a bunch of them, I mean, if they're 2D animators and have a passion for that, they've probably seen Akira.
Also, this is just one of those moments where you have the chance to do this reference. When will we ever have a meaty blob again that has people inside of it?
Yeah, that you like yank out and stuff. Yeah, definitely. Like, this is the one and only chance you can possibly get to make this reference / joke, and you better take it.
I mean, I personally looked at it and I was like, why? Because this is just, in Akira, it's such a serious scene. And here, it's just there for the lulz and for the reference.
It's cool.
Only recognize it when you've watched Akira. But yeah, it is cool. I don't mind it. That's not what I'm trying to say. I just sometimes I'm like, wow, they really did that.
I think it's an in-joke from animators to animators. It's
Yeah.
like a nod for people like us who have actually seen Akira, and we're like, "Oh, lol, I see what you did there, clever."
You
But it's
know,
also like a nod from animators to animators.
yeah, it's also like when people draw fan art, they there's usually always a version of the the Akira poster with Kaneda and his bike and the
Yeah.
title. There's always a version for the thing that you draw fan art of, and then yeah,
Yeah, because it was a legendary scene.
yeah,
But
and the
yeah, like
legendary movie.
this scene on its own is also quite legendary.
Oh
And
yeah.
I do enjoy how at the end, even if he doesn't get his trophy, uh at least Baron Draxum gains friendship with some humans.
Mm-hmm.
With the other lunch, like I also like how the lunchman stand is just like, oh, we've all had our deals with some meat gremlins, and there's my cantaloupe monster or something took out the entire debate team. I'm just like, what, what are these people? I hope that Draxum has found genuine friends
Oh yeah.
because these are such an unlikely group of people to be Draxum's friends. It is pure comedy in of its own.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that they all have names definitely does give me hope that they will come back because I enjoy the lunch squad.
Wouldn't it be cute if they just hung out at Drax's place and just for some like hangout time? I don't know what lunch ladies and lunchmen do in their free time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, swap out recipes.
Maybe.
As someone who technically was a lunch lady for an entire year at a company and served food for about 80 people, I can say that the only thing I did in my free time was watch cartoons and play video games.
Maybe they do that.
That sounds pretty neat.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
when
proud.
yeah, I also love that he exhales a little cloud that says done.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. He's so I don't know, man. I enjoy Drexen finding fulfillment in his work.
Yeah.
It's
I
nice.
I'm still like, wow, they really made him a lunch lady. But
Yeah.
this is just me being once again like, wow, they really did that.
Yeah, and they're probably gonna like they already made one fun episode out of it.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the part where he mutates Dale into a monster.
Oh yeah.
Because apparently that's on the docket. He wants to do that. So
And he promises that he's not gonna do mystic stuff anymore.
oh yeah, no, definitely. He's definitely going to break that promise.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I'm looking forward to an episode where the other brothers, other than Mikey, because so far we've seen like Donnie calls Draxum up without hesitation when there's mystery stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
And and he yells at Leo as if they have known each other forever, even though he tried to drop Leo off a roof.
Yeah.
And now Mikey shows up with April too. I also like that April is like has accepted Draxum as the lunch lady of her school.
Yeah.
I just kind of hope that Draxum never loses this job.
Same.
He seems to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And he looks cute in his little hairnet. And
I
the
agree.
two flops on either side give me hope that he has extremely long, luscious hair.
Mm-hmm.
I love how he what his lips do all the time, like how he pouts
Mm-hmm.
all the time, like his lips stick out all the time. Like it's great.
And the little smile on his face.
Yeah, he's pleased with himself. Everything's so nice and clean. He cleaned up the entire hall too in record time. He did use mystic stuff for that though. He used
Yeah.
tentacles to fix the lights, but
Yeah.
no one will ever know that there was a Sloppy Joseph fight. And then he just has little Sloppy Joseph. He promised no mystic stuff, and here he is.
Give him a, like for hamsters, a little drinking bottle.
Yeah, I mean, gotta keep the baby moist, I guess.
Yeah, I just whenever I see this, I just think PT baby.
Yeah,
Just
it's
the
like he
PT
has a
baby.
very large diaper. Reaches up to his little chest. I don't know. Sloppy Joseph is gross, but kind of cute, I
Yeah.
guess. Kind of grossly cute.
Drax's face.
I mean, why wasn't Draxum like this to the baby turtles?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he would have been if he
Yeah.
had them. He would have been like, "Oh, your little baby," to the turtle tots.
Mm-hmm. And
But
he
yeah,
gives him
these-
celery.
Yeah, then he gives him celery because he gotta go easy on them. I can't wait for the return of Sloppy Joseph, where the brothers have to kick the ass of their technically half sibling. Question mark.
They have so many half siblings at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the family grows and grows. I
Yeah.
wonder if Mikey will give Sloppy Joseph also a second chance.
Hmm.
Because technically family.
Yeah, maybe. You will see. I mean, Sloppy Joseph is in the opening, so might reappear.
Yeah. I mean, probably since Draxum's keeping him.
I loved the fighting scene in this episode as well. Was greatly animated. Was a solid episode. I liked seeing Draxum happy and feeling fulfilled in what he's
enjoying
doing.
himself and ruling over the student body with an iron fist and a ladle.
Yes.
With the help of some tentacles and monkey meat, he quenches the hunger of the children.
And I'm just happy that episodes work, even if there are no or very few turtle appearances.
Oh yeah, it definitely is a mark of a really great show, both in writing and in character and world design, when you can have basically an entire episode with out the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in it, and the actual episode is still really good and entertaining and moves the plot forward.
Yeah.
As I love the Turtle Boys, I want them in every episode, of course, because I enjoy them. But it's also nice and refreshing to just let them have their own antics. It's nice.
I really enjoyed the episodes. I
thought they were great.
It still was the stream that we watched where the streamer skipped the commercial episode. So after that, there was this feeling of being numb. You remember?
Yeah, I always feel numb after having watched 4 in a row.
There was this absolute feeling of not really emptiness, just, well, there was a lot.
I guess one of the words that could be used is helplessness.
Oh yeah.
Because I just kind of sat there completely helpless. Just my mind was all over the place. And I was like, yeah, I just experienced this. That hour passed in a second.
Yeah.
Or those 44 minutes just zoomed right by.
Mm-hmm. But this is always what I feel when I watch Rise of the TMNT. It is 20-something, it's 20 minutes long, but it still goes it's over.
Yeah, definitely. It is it's a time machine. It moves you only forward in time.
Like Animal Crossing.
Yeah, in an instant, you have lost an hour. But is it truly lost?
No.
No, it's never truly lost. It is offered.
I'm happy for every episode that comes out because it means I can rewatch it 5 times.
Yeah. I've actually been having an itch to go and watch some of the previous episodes again.
Yeah, I feel like rewatching some of the season 1 episodes, actually.
I want to watch Mask at Melee. It's my favorite.
Yeah, of course.
They dance. I am a simple human with simple desires. I like seeing them be cool and dance.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a good episode, but you can say that about pretty much all of the episodes. I think there are only 2 episodes or so which we do not watch a lot.
Yeah, my least favorite one is Bellhop, I think.
Bullhop.
Yeah, Bullhop. And what's the other one that we don't really watch repeatedly?
We have not ever rewatched Bullhop, and we haven't rewatched Cloak and Swaggart.
Oh yeah, where they trying to eat poor meat sweat.
Yeah.
Sad.
These are the episodes we haven't seen second time.
They're still pretty good episodes though. In my memory.
They're good.
Let's rewatch them at some point pretty soon. I'm excited for that.
I mean,
we wait for more.
We still want to do podcast reviews for the older episodes of season 1. We got up to Newsworthy and stuff, I think. And then we definitely will rewatch them for the podcasts. But yeah, we do not know when we will get the next new episodes. So to keep the podcast more consistent from now on, we might just go back to the old episodes, and we hope you will enjoy the reviews of the episodes that you all know pretty well already as well, but just for completion's sake. Also, it's fun to talk about turtles.
Yes.
And also just look back. at the early
Yeah,
days.
and then maybe we'll notice things back in the past that is relevant to future episodes.
Exactly.
Like foreshadowing and stuff. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that was it for this episode of Turtles Rising. If you liked it, do the YouTube thing, like and subscribe. And we have a Twitter account that is at turtles_rising. We already talked about the fan art thing in the previous episode. We do not get to fan art in this episode, but maybe next one. Depends on submissions. We will put a link into the description where you can send in your fan art, and then we will hopefully get to show it off in the next episode. And yeah, keep it coming. And other than that, is there something else that's important to say other than stay healthy, stay positive?
Stay healthy, wash your hands, and thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening. Very much appreciated.
All right. Until later, guys.